So Trisha, without much further ado, please pick your question.
Your question is, as a cultural ambassadress, how will you influence the Ilonggos to preserve our cultural heritage? As a cultural ambassadress, how will you influence the Ilonggos to preserve our cultural heritage?
Well, as a cultural ambassadress, I can influence the Ilonggos to preserve our cultural heritage by doing what by appreciating the different cultures in our Iloilo city. With that, like in the churches and plazas, we should always protect our different cultures that we should take pride of. So I may say that we Ilonggos should always take care of our
Thank you very much. Candidate number 23, your time is up.
Thank you very much, Trisha.
And our next finalist
is candidate number 19, Diana Dawn Enosas. That's a very heavy bell.
Yes.
It's not a bell, it's a drum being crashed down on the
Alright, we'll not waste further time. I'll give you the microphone and please pick your question.
So Diana, please pick your question. And your question runs this way. Alright. Diana, as an eco-warrior, what is your contribution to lessen the effects of global warming? Once again, as an eco-warrior, what is your contribution to lessen the effects of global warming?
Thank you for the question. First and foremost, I would like to start with a simple word to remember. Educate and influence. These two words must go together to create a stronger advocacy that would help develop our millennials in terms of physical, emotional, and spiritual aspect of life. I strongly believe as an eco-warrior, I can help lessen the global warming by simply educate my fellow millennials to use the 3 R's, which is reduce, reuse, and recycle. Because I strongly believe that this is our hope and this is our future. That would be all I can say.
Well said. Wow, she made it. Candidate number 19.
And our next finalist is candidate number
14, Maria Aloisa Regatta. And she has
from blue. We'll be having a lady in red.
And she has many supporters here with us tonight.
Also in red. So please pick your question, and I will have the honor to read it to you. Your question is, what's the most important lesson you've learned in life? What's the most important lesson you've learned in life?
Good evening, everyone. Well, the most important lesson I've learned in life is that everybody is fighting a battle we know nothing about, so we don't have the right to judge anyone. And that if we can be anything, we should be kind. I was raised by my parents well, that whatever I'm into, or no matter how hard life is challenging me, that no matter how cruel the world, I must be gentle to myself. Ever that I am giving myself enough goodness that will reflect to everybody.
Thank you very much. Candidate number 14.
Maria Aloisa Regatta.
And now let's call on our next finalist candidate, number 3.
Janessa Marie Mullier. Hello, Janessa. Please pick your question right away. And I shall read it for you. Okay, Janessa. As a beauty queen, how will you use your voice to influence change? Once again, as a beauty queen, how will you use your voice to influence change?
Good evening, everyone. As an aspiring beauty queen, especially being a candidate of Miss Paraw Regatta, we know that this pageant is not all about superficial beauty, but rather about advocacy, especially environmental advocacy. And I believe I would use my voice to influence this pageant, to speak out in matters that really mean a lot to me, especially sustainable fishing. Because I believe that today, simply recycling is no longer enough. What we need is sustainable fishing and sustainable planting of mangroves and trees for our generation and for the next generations to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Candidate number 3, Janessa Marie Mollier, very passionate.
Very profound.
Yes, about her advocacy. Of course, let's call on our next candidate. Candidate number 12, Geneva Basotin.
Our very own Miss Vietnam, if I may. Please pick your question. Your question is, how can you influence the Ilonggo youth to take care of our ecology? How can you influence the Ilonggo youth to take care of our ecology?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If given a chance to win the crown tonight, I will use my voice to raise awareness because people are just irresponsible nowadays because of the lack of awareness. I will use my voice to teach and educate them how important it is to take care of our Mother Earth. Because if we take care of our planet, we will have more beaches to swim, more fishes to eat, more waters to drink because we cannot live a single day without needing a single drop of water. Thank you.
Thank you very much, candidate.
Candidate number 12, Geneva Basotin.
I love the conviction of our candidates. Let's move on to our next candidate. Candidate
Number 16, Elmarie Dewara. And please pick your question. I shall have the honor of reading it. Are you ready? All right, here we go. Your question runs this way. Since the rehabilitation of Boracay Island and the recent cleanup campaign for Manila Bay proved to be successful endeavors by the government and the Filipinos to preserve the environment, what can you contribute as a beauty queen? Once again, since the rehabilitation of Boracay Island and the recent cleanup campaign for Manila Bay proved to be successful endeavors by the Philippine government and the Filipinos to preserve our environment, what can you contribute as a beauty queen?
Good evening, everyone. As a beauty queen, I can contribute to do what is right. I will influence them by also educating them what is and what to do and what to do not. I will be an awakening voice to everybody, especially to the youth, because the youth is our future. And as a beauty queen, I believe that it is not just about beauty. It's about being different and being a role model to everybody. Because if everybody could see that you did something right, everything will follow. Thank you.
Thank you very much, candidate number 16, Elmarie Dewara. And moving on to candidate number 15, Maria Janelle Banares.
Please pick her question. I'm sorry. I just can't help but say that she looks like Ariana Arena.
Thank you so much.
But here is your question. As Miss Paraw Regatta that advocates marine biodiversity preservation, what kind of project are you going to spearhead? As Miss Paraw Regatta that advocates marine biodiversity preservation, what kind of project are you going to spearhead?
Good evening to each and everyone. Since I was in elementary, I've joined and I participated so many coastal cleanups and street adopting projects. And as a student leader, we initiate projects and programs that could greatly benefit our Mother Nature and teach students how important it is to preserve our Mother Nature. And that pushed me to be an advocate of the preservation and protection of our beach forest, the mangroves and the coconuts that we can see along the shoreline of Iloilo, because little did we know that this beach forest can prevent beach erosion and could act as a barrier against storm waves from the sea. And we should That would be all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, candidate number 15.
Maria Janelle Bananas. Let's call on candidate number 8, Antoinette Fajardo. And this girl can sashay down the runway like nobody's business.
Here you go.
Okay, please pick your question, Antoinette. And I shall read it. All right. Antoinette, if you win in this pageant, what's the first thing you would do after the competition and why? Once again, if you win in this pageant, what's the first thing you would do after the competition and why?
First thing I will do is to thank God for she made me who I am today. She's the one who gave me strength in everything I do. Just believe in myself. And second is to my family, to my supporters, because they are the one who lift me in everything I do. Standing here in front of you is a great privilege for me, and that will be all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Antoinette Fajardo, candidate number 8. I was thinking she was going to eat.
Oh, yes.
After months of dieting, let's call on candidate number 10, Joanna Marie Mullick. Okay. Miss Mullick, please pick your question from the bowl.
Statuesque, how tall are you?
5'7", sir, without heels.
Oh, okay. I'm just 5'8", so 1 inch apart. Here is your question. What are the characters of a true Miss Paraw Regatta? What are the characters of a true Miss Paraw Regatta?
Thank you, sir. For me, the qualities or the character of Miss Paraw Regatta is being, first, being true-hearted when it comes in her advocacy. Second, being aesthetic in her own ways. And lastly, being knowing what the crown really means. Because crown is not just only the fancy headdresses, but it is how the responsibilities to take it along the journey. Thank you.
Thank you very much, candidate number 10.
Joanna Marie Mullick. Let's move on to candidate number 22, Arlie Sweet Sumagaysay. Woman in red.
With feather. Sorry, I think that's not the right term. These are not feathers.
Tassels.
Tassels.
All right, pick your question. All right, I'll be reading it for you, Arlie. Your question runs this way. How can you help promote our culture, especially sailing? The sailing tradition of the Paraw Regatta Festival. Once again, how can you help promote our culture, especially the sailing tradition of the Paraw Regatta Festival?
As a filmmaker, I think I can promote the Sailing Festival of Paraw Regatta by making a short film that depicts not only the magnanimous festivals, but also the hard-working Ilonggos who work hard in order for the boats to sail in the beaches of Villa. And this film will not only depict the faith and the devotion that we Ilonggos have, but also the artistry and the creativity that we have that we dedicate to the boats. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, candidate number 22, Arlie Sweet Sumagaysay. And now let's call on candidate number 9, Mariam Lara Ashraf El Hamid. Hello, Mariam. Pick your question.
2 questions left. Your question is, what makes you proud as an Ilongga woman who embraces her cultural heritage? Again, what makes you proud as an Ilongga woman who embraces her cultural heritage?
What makes me proud as an Ilongga woman is being humble and being caring. Because we are humble, but we love each other, and we care for our culture and heritage. Because we learn it, we not just learn it, but we also educate it to our children, which our children will educate it to their future children and to the future generations, where we can preserve it and we can take care of our culture and our heritage. And that is what I am proud of, being humble and being caring Ilongga. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Candidate number 9.
Mariam Lara Ashraf.